Creating assembly section views in the assembly file. There are times when we made an assembly and certain components are just hidden because they're behind other things, etc. To help visualize the components, Inventors allows us to make section views of the assembly. And these section views then are just for reference. They're not actually chopped into quarters or halves or anything like that. But we have three different possible section views. You have a quarter section view, a half section view, and a 3/4 section view. Let's go up to the View tab. Let's go to the Appearance panel, and we're going to go over here to a quarter section view. It's going to ask us to select a work plane or a face. In this case, I'm going to come over here and pick on a work plane. I'm going to pick on this work plane here, and then it's asking us to continue. I have a little continue button here. I pick on continue, and it's asking me to pick another work plane. I'm going to pick on the next, which would be the XZ plane, and now I have a quarter section. I can finish that by saying OK, and I've just created a quarter section of this assembly. I'm going to undo that. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to come up here and pick a half section. It's asking me to pick a work plane or face. I'm just going to come in here and pick this plane here, and I only need one plane for the half section, so I can come in here and I could flip the arrow too if I want. So I can actually pull this arrow type of thing and slide it over a little bit if I want to do such a thing, and so I can say OK at this point. And I am now going to undo, and I'm going to do a 3/4 section this time. I'm going to go to 3/4, and it's going to ask me for a work plane. I'll pick on one here. I'll say continue, and then it'll ask me for another work plane. I'll pick on this plane here, and I can again, I can play with my plane a little bit, or I can say OK, and I can actually put a little offset information in there so it moves over a certain distance. I'll say OK, and I've generated a 3/4 section view of the assembly at this point. So I also have the end section view, and the end section view is what we want to use to exit the section views from when we're working on it. So I can end that section view, and boom, that section view goes away. So we have three different types of section views, and you can use whichever one you want to show your assembly for reference only to the viewer of your documents.